Alright, so today we're going to talk about my top 5 list for reptiles. Fifth on my list would be a corn snake, as you can see right here. Now the reason I put this on the 5th is because this is not really what anybody would get as a beginner reptile, because of course it is a snake, but it all depends on what type of person you are in the end, because I mean, some people have started out with Burmese pythons as their first pet, but yeah. The reason I put a corn snake as apart from another snake is because they stay pretty small in girth. They don't get that big. So yeah, that's the reason I would put it, and they're extremely docile. So as you can see, this one has never bitten me since the beginning. And they don't get pretty big. They get like 5 feet if they're a male or 7 feet if they're a female. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I am wrong, I'm going to put them right up on the screen. If I am wrong, I'm going to put them right up on the screen right here. So yeah. So that's number 5 on my list. A corn snake. Just some extra info on the corn snake. They only need to be fed once a week depending on how big your snake is, and they are fed on frozen thawed mice or live mice, but I mean, I generally try to stay frozen thawed. I've never tried live. Crested geckos as the 4th is one, they are extremely docile, as you can see. This one is not even trying to run away or anything, just staying right here. Next, they also do not eat live food. So let's say your parents are afraid of crickets or bugs like mine are. They eat a powdered food, so I will show you that right now. They eat this water, well, this is just the flavor mine eat. Mine is a Pangea watermelon. It really loves it. It always finishes it. But there are so many things you can feed, like this one, which is a different flavor. I think this is banana and apricot. Yeah, as you can see. This big bag of rapashi. So of course the options with Crested geckos are endless with the food, because they sell so many different flavors. But you could feed bugs, as it is beneficial to them, but they don't really need it. So yeah, here's my little Crested gecko. Just a little side note, the reason they're on number 4 on my list is because they do require a little more care than, let's say, a leopard gecko, because they need humidity. And as you can see, that's why I have this automatic mister right here, which is my Mist King. I'll show you that right now. So that's my Mist King right there. That's the pump and everything, and then this is the reservoir. It goes off every so often, so I don't have to mist it, and it has some live plants in it because they need to climb. Apart from that, mine feeds every other night, because if I put it in every single day, it will not eat it. There's the 4th on my list. Get you back in. Alright, so for the 3rd on my list, we have the Leopard Gecko. Now, I don't have one of these, so I'm just going to insert a picture right here. Now, the reason they are on my 3rd on the list is because, as I was saying, they do not need humidity at all. They are more of a desert species, but they do need heat. Next thing, they do feed on crickets and mealworms, so yeah, that's another thing. They feed on live bugs and not these powdered foods right here, all those that I just showed. As for their temperament, pretty docile if you handle them a lot, and yeah, they don't need a tall cage because they don't climb. They would need more of like a 10-gallon, yeah, they would need more of like a 10-gallon. So the 2nd on my list, which again I do not have, and I do not have even the next one either, would be a blue-tongued skink. So I'll put a picture right here. The reason I put a blue-tongued skink on the 2nd list is because they are really, really friendly with their owners, and they can eat just about anything. Like, it is really fun feeding them. I will put in a short feeding video from somewhere. I do not own this video, by the way. It's just from somewhere. They can literally eat anything, and I'm going to put a list of the stuff that they can eat right here. As for their temperament, extremely docile. They need a pretty big tank, though, like a 50-gallon tank. So here's a picture of the tank setup. And then, yeah, they need pretty high temperatures for basking. I'll put the last thing on my list is the bearded dragon. Now I'm going to put a picture of it right here. Of course, this is on everybody's number 1 list that I've seen. Bearded dragons are extremely social. They get pretty big, actually. Not that small, but like that's all that will fit in my frame. But pretty big. Extremely docile, but they only eat bugs and crickets, and they do eat salads too, like vegetables. They really do need their vegetables. As for tank size, they really do need a big tank. They can have the biggest exoteric size, which I think is 36 inches wide by 18 by 12. So there's that. They do need high temperatures. So yeah, here's a picture of their setup. And here's some just extra information in case you need it. So, just a disclaimer, this wasn't a proper care video. This was just telling you what you should go for in terms of if you're going to get a new pet, just to give you an idea. And then you go do the research yourself. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. Bye.